Parents in their 30s and 40s. The sandwich generation. Finding peace amidst life's chaos. Hello, dear parents. Are you in your 30s or 40s? The age group often jokingly referred to as the sandwich generation. It's the stage of life where you're caught between caring for your aging parents and raising your young children. If that sounds like you, you might sometimes feel like you're spinning in circles, overwhelmed by responsibilities piling up on all sides. This journey is far from easy, but that doesn't mean we can't find joy and balance along the way. Today, let's talk about the most common struggles of this in-between generation. These might include feeling like you never have a moment to yourself, clashing with siblings over how to care for your parents, being overwhelmed by a whirlwind of emotions, or even feeling inadequate because you can't manage everything perfectly. Invisible pressures from family traditions or cultural norms may also weigh heavily on your shoulders. But don't worry too much. More important than these challenges are the real, practical solutions we can explore together to lighten the load, take better care of our loved ones, and most importantly, care for ourselves. Let's begin. When 24 hours aren't enough, reclaiming time for yourself. First, let's talk about a very familiar feeling, like you never have enough time. Between managing your children's education, meals, and play, and monitoring the health and daily needs of your elderly parents, it can feel like you're living solely for others, with no time left for yourself, not even for a quiet cup of tea or a few pages of a book. So, what can you do? Start by reorganizing your tasks. Don't let yourself be swept away by an endless loop of responsibilities. Create a clearer plan, and prioritize what truly matters. Regular family meetings, weekly or monthly, can be extremely helpful. Sit down together to review the schedule and delegate responsibilities. Who picks up the kids? Who prepares meals? Who spends time with or cares for the parents? Clarity reduces overload. Don't hesitate to ask for help. We often try to shoulder everything alone for fear of bothering others. But people around you, friends, relatives, may be willing to help. They just don't know what you need. Speak up when you need a babysitter for a few hours, help around the house, or simply someone to talk to. If you have siblings, ask them to share the load. Caring for aging parents is a shared responsibility. Openly discuss financial contributions, taking turns for caregiving, or simply spending quality time with your parents. This not only gives you a break but also strengthens family bonds. When siblings don't see eye to eye, resolving caregiving conflicts. Sound familiar? Taking care of elderly parents can sometimes be a source of tension among siblings, especially when you feel like you're doing most of the work while others aren't stepping up. Disagreements may arise around the best way to care for your parents. Splitting costs, or even old conflicts resurfacing. To resolve these issues, be honest and open about your feelings. Choose a calm time to talk. Share your struggles and expectations sincerely. Emphasize that everyone's contribution is not just a duty, but something deeply valued by your parents. Clarify what kind of help you need. Are you asking for financial support? Help with weekend caregiving? Rides to medical appointments? Be specific. Also, be mindful of your siblings' own circumstances and listen to their expectations of you. Unrealistic expectations often lead to disappointment. Try to understand different perspectives. Everyone may see things differently. Respect those views and find common ground. Be willing to compromise. If things get too tense, consider a neutral third party, like a family therapist, social worker, or a respected elder, to help mediate and guide the conversation toward respectful cooperation. The emotional whirlwind, worry, sadness, guilt, and how to cope. Do you ever feel overwhelmed by conflicting emotions? That's what we'll explore next. Constantly switching roles, sometimes a strict parent, other times a devoted child, can stir up complex feelings. At times, you feel sad and anxious watching your parents' health decline, wanting to give them the best. At other times, you feel burned out and even resentful from the lack of freedom and personal space. Then comes the guilt for feeling those negative emotions, a vicious emotional cycle. So, how do you deal with all of this? Start by sharing your feelings. Don't bottle it up. Talk to a trusted friend. Join a support group. See a therapist. Or write in a journal. Identifying and naming your emotions is the first essential step toward processing them. Remember, your needs matter too. Don't ignore signs of mental or physical strain, prolonged fatigue, insomnia, or persistent anxiety. Give yourself permission to pause, rest, and recharge. Taking care of yourself isn't selfish, it's necessary so you can keep showing up for others. The pressure to be perfect, when you feel like you're not enough. With an endless to-do list, from work deadlines and housework to school pickups and elder care, it's easy to feel like a failure when you can't do it all. The desire to be a perfect parent, ideal child, and outstanding employee is exhausting. But the truth is, time and energy are limited, and chasing perfection often leads to burnout and disappointment. Try seeing it differently. Let go of perfectionism. You're facing countless challenges, and you give your best every day. Some days you accomplish more, some less. That's perfectly normal. Don't beat yourself up when things don't go as planned. Good enough really is good enough. Avoid all or nothing thinking. Missing a school event or forgetting a favorite dish doesn't make you a bad parent or child. Life is messy, and little slip-ups are part of the journey. Celebrate what you've done. At the end of the day, reflect on your wins. You got the kids to school on time. Checked in on your parents. Completed work tasks. Recognizing these small successes can help build motivation and self-confidence. The invisible load. Coping with cultural and family expectations. Finally, we must mention a unique yet powerful type of pressure, cultural and family expectations. Especially when it comes to caring for elders. In many Asian cultures like ours, filial piety is considered a sacred duty, not a choice. If you grew up with these beliefs but weren't fully prepared emotionally or financially, you may feel overwhelmed, isolated, or quietly resentful, even if no one explicitly asked you to carry this burden. So how do you cope? Seek advice from those who've walked this path. Talk to older friends, relatives, or members of support communities who have faced similar challenges. Their stories can offer comfort, perspective, and practical solutions. Most importantly, reconnect with your parents on a deeper level. We often focus on doing for them, meals, appointments, but forget to understand them. What are they really going through at this stage of life? What are their fears, hopes, or unspoken needs? When you tune into their emotional world, caregiving becomes more meaningful, and the bond between you grows stronger. This emotional connection is key to lightening the burden and making the experience more loving and fulfilling. Final words. Dear parents, balancing the care of both young children and aging parents is a daunting task. Trying to succeed in both roles at once can leave us exhausted and overwhelmed. Please take to heart the suggestions we've shared today. Try reorganizing your responsibilities. Don't hesitate to ask for help. Communicate openly with siblings. Give yourself permission to rest. Face your emotions. Ease up on self-criticism. And deepen your emotional connection with your parents. And if you've tried many of these strategies but still feel lost or overwhelmed, don't hesitate to seek support from a mental health professional. They can help you see things more clearly and provide tools and strategies tailored to your unique situation. Wishing all members of the sandwich generation strength, patience, and, most importantly, peace and joy amidst the chaos and meaning of this journey.